Hello and welcome to Steve's Machines. Check it out. New hoodie. Yes, that's right. I said Steve's Machines, not Fixed Drive Ride Fly. We've changed the name. Why would you change the name, you ask? Well, nobody can say Fixed Drive Ride Fly for a start, especially not fast. It's Fixed Drive, Fixed Fly, Ride Fly. Nobody can say it. So, and also, I'm not doing much riding and no flying since we crashed the plane, but more flying will come to the channel soon. But for now, Steve's Machines, easy to say. We still got Fixed Drive Ride Fly in there, so it's still the same. So, just a little bit of a reboot. Big shout out to my friend David. He designed the logo for me, so cheers Dave, much appreciated. And if you do like this hoodie, I am going to put them on Teespring, so you can order them and buy them if you want to support the channel. Maybe check out the others on there as well. So. I'm back at Swansea Museum. They've kindly invited me back to work on one of the vehicles they've got here. I'll show you that now. I've got a box of parts made, which were kindly donated by Adrian, so thank you very much for those, mate. They're in the car, they're definitely going to come in use today. So I'll go and show you the vehicle that we're going to be working on. It's quite unique, well it's definitely unique, and hopefully today we're just going to get the thing running, so let's go take a look. And here it is. This is what we had at the museum to look at today. It's a wooden tram. Now, why on earth do you think I have been invited to a bus museum to help work on a wooden tram? Well, let's take a look. It's a motorbike front end, Yamaha. Now, if you look at that rear chassis shape, you can see that is a Reliant chassis. And if we go around the other side, you can't quite see from here. We go see where else we can look in. Squeeze around the back. Oh, there's a hole right in the back. There we are. Yeah, there's a Reliant chassis. That's a Regal or a Robin, not a Regal, a Rialto or a Robin axle. And if you can just see, there we are. It's a Reliant 850 yellow top. So this is it. This is what we're working on. It's a model of the Swansea to Mumbles trams, of which it says on here, at 11:52 on the 5th of January 1960, the last train left Swansea for Mumbles, driven by Frank Duncan, starting work on the railway in 1903. So this is a wooden model, sat on a Reliant chassis, either a Rialto or a Robin. It's got an 850 yellow top, I believe it's an 850. And that's kind of been grafted onto a Yamaha motorbike front end. I'll take you inside and we'll take a good look over it in a moment. So looking at the information that's on the display, this was built for a national youth bike competition. I don't know when it was built, but it's been with the museum for around 8 to 10 years maybe, and it has never run in all the time they've had it. So we're going to take a look to see if we can just get it running or what it needs to get it running. We're not going to be able to move it anywhere today. It's in around all the other buses. But if we can just find out what it needs, get it running would be really nice. So if we can do that, that'll be a big win. And once we know what it needs, then we'll come back with all the parts we need, fix it up and see if we can take it for a drive, which would be awesome. So we got a nice picture there of some trophies and things. I imagine those are things that have been won by the National Youth Bike. And this looks to be the team that built it. And on here we've got the aims and objectives of what the National Youth Bike charity is. So all the information on there, I'll put that in so you can all take a read of that. And then we've got some special mentions along the side. Brett and Ashley at Kingsbridge Auto Salvage, Mike, Carl and Matthew at MK Engineering South Wales, Christine at Rainbow Recycling. And then up here we've got another one that says, last but not least, thanks to the staff and young people at the YJC. Now, I'm not sure what the YJC is. And then we can peep around the back here. And we just got the bus number, Swansea. And it's dark in there, but that's what we're dealing with. Right, we're just going to move this so we can bring the Robin inside. we might be moving it. I don't fancy pushing it. Oh, Sandy prompting, it's getting there. Hey, there we are. Ignore that. Right, he's coming backwards, so you might want to watch yourself. God, it's like a 1980s disco. Right, keep coming. Bit smoky in here now. Right then, so we're inside the tram, and what we can see is we've got a Yamaha front end, and it is welded down onto a Reliant chassis, and we've just been having a quick look over, and what we can see is the fuel tank is plumbed in. I can squeeze through the gap here. Is plumbed into an electronic fuel pump down here, which is gone into the engine. We've got the distributor here with our ignition in this box. So we don't think we've got a key for this, so we're just going to bypass the ignition. As I come round, big battery box there. Now, one thing we've noticed is the driver sits there and does all the steering, and he's got the foot pedals down here. Brake and accelerator on that side, clutch on that side, but you have to have another person to sit in to do the gears, so it's definitely a two-person machine to run. We've whipped the battery up, we've got that on charge, and if I climb around here, so we've got an 850 yellow top. Can I grab the light off you there? I'll bring the light around here. And what we can see straight away is, and it's probably the reason why this hasn't moved for a while, the engine mounts there are snapped on both sides and it's barely hanging on there. And there's the thermostat housing, that has smashed when the engine has dropped, so we need to change that. But everything else appears to be there. So, first order of the day, get this engine supported, get that thermostat housing off, just so we don't cause any more damage with it. Check that it turns over by hand. We'll see if it's got oil in it. It definitely hasn't got water in it. Definitely hasn't got fuel in it. And we'll go through, we'll clean all the points. We'll check all the spark plugs. And we'll see if we can fire it up. The lighting is rather awful here, so please do bear with us. Right, we've jacked it up and we've pulled the engine forward. We could see that the rear gearbox mounts had also gone, and the gearbox mounts are actually sitting on the bottom part of the gearbox there. So that's pulled forward, so we need to get 4 new engine mounts and the thermostat housing there. You can see that crack in it, so we'll get that off in a minute just so it's out of the way. Right, so there's the thermostat housing off, and that's what's happened to that. So that's to go in the scrap bin, and then down here we can see that thermostat is minging, and it is quite silty and horrible in there, so that definitely needs a flush. Right, next thing to do is I'm going to get a spanner on the crank, and I'm going to see if this thing turns over by hand. Just make sure she's out of gear. Okay, so there we are. That is turning over nice and freely.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that turns over lovely.
Oh, good.
So that's good. Right, let's check the oil. Oh, there's oil in there, and it looks lovely and clean as well. Look at that. Alright, so that's good. So it turns over freely. There's oil in there. There's no water in there, we know that. Or there might be some left in the bottom of it. So, I'll pop off the distributor cap, have a look at the state of the points and give them a clean up. Have a look at the spark plugs. Let's turn it by hand and see if the points are opening and closing, shall we? points are opening and closing there. So you can see they're opening and closing, but they are quite corroded, so I'll get some sandpaper, clean those off, get that done. Right, we've cleaned out the inside of the distributor. There was quite a lot of corrosion on some of those and they're quite worn, so I think it's going to need a new distributor cap. We've also noticed on number 3 cable, if I can find him, there he is, that end is rotated around, so that wasn't even connected, so we'll get a screwdriver in there and correct that. We've cleaned the points and the rotor arm, and now we're going to pop the spark plugs out, give them a clean, and then we're going to start looking at the electrical and the ignition, because we should just be able to bypass that, but of course we're waiting for the battery to charge. So let's get those spark plugs out. Alright, Adrian, this is your socket, or your dad's socket, so cheers. I really appreciate you donating these. I've got the box of parts here as well, so we're going to use this now to take out the spark plugs and see if we can carry on trying to get this thing running. So spark plugs are out there, looking quite nice actually, so we're just going to give them a little clean and pop them back in. So this is Dave. Dave normally works on VWs, but he's helping me out today. So we're now just going to open this up and just check in the air filter. We're going to take off the, what do you call it? I can't remember what that's called. The dash pot, that's it. And see, it is nice and oily. SA20 I think it is. There's a little bit in there, but it could do with a top up. And we're going to take off the top of the float bowl and just have a look at the state of the fuel system. And we're also going to have a look in here to see if we can see the state of the tank. I don't think we're going to have much joy looking in there. But the fuel system does run from here onto an electrical fuel pump, so right. There is no air filter.
It didn't look like it was.
It is empty, so at least there's no mice in there, so that's what we wanted to check.
Yeah.
So yeah, so no air filter, so we need an air filter as well. Right, next job, we're going to open up this and have a look at the state of the bowl.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to earlier, so it should be full and...
Well, we don't want to lose that, because that tells us what the carburetor is. Right then.
Should it just pull free?
It should just pull
It comes up. Right.
So, a lot of dust in there, so we just need to get that blown out. And then we'll fill this with petrol, and it'll probably be enough actually just to get it running if we just fill that with petrol. Just to see if we can get it firing. Right, let's get that cleaned out. Right, we've got a battery on there. Now we don't have keys for this, but I've got the keys to my car. Right. Before we try this, let's just make sure it is out of gear.
Yeah.
Feels like it. Watch your shins just in case.
Yeah.
Right, that's the fuel pump. We haven't got it hooked up to fuel yet. Right. So it's good news is it does turn over and fire, so that battery's good, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
So the next job now then is to chuck some fuel in it.
Yeah.
We've got 5 litres of the good stuff.
Yeah.
Alcohol free.
Yeah.
Right then. Fuel pump, let's give it a minute. Sounds like it's taking in fuel. I'm going to manually operate the choke. The choke's not connected. So that's the choke. We're not getting anything there, are we? It's not even trying. Yeah, right. So we're not getting. It's not even trying to fire. We've got some of this cleaner. Should we fire a bit in and see if it tries to turn over?
Okay.
Let me just spray that in first. Give her a quick whirl just to see if she pops. Nothing there at all, is there? Now normally I would just take this pipe off to see if it's squirting fuel out, but I don't want to get fuel everywhere in here. We are in a confined space and it's a wooden box.
Yeah. Been drawn up, is it?
So look, well, hopefully this is full. No, completely empty.
So late now, the
Yeah, let's put a splash in there. Again. And if we get enough of this, then we'll have a look, see if we get any spark. We get a spark plug out and have a look. Right, I would say we're not getting a spark. Let's pop a plug out and have a look.
Four? One of the rear ones, isn't it?
See him?
One of the rear ones, isn't
Yeah,
it?
one of the easy ones.
See if it's wet. Raining.
That's dry as bone, isn't it? Well, pop it in, let's see if we get a spark. And I'll get a pair of pliers, we don't do it.
Pop it in. Put it back in the
pop the
lead.
lead on it.
We need 3 pairs of hands now.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
Oh, if you can, yeah.
Crank it, is it? Put it in.
No spark on there. So, no spark and no fuel. Two things we need really.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to try changing condenser. This is out of Adrian's box of bits.
Very good.
Yeah. His dad had a couple of Reliants apparently, and these are all left in the garage. So what do we need? Should just be a 50. Right. We're battling not the best distributor cap in the world. Worst case scenario, we'll actually just pop the distributor cap off my car and bring it in to test it.
Yeah.
Now I've got an electronic ignition on mine, so we won't be able to take the rotor arm or anything out, but the cap I think is still the same. Right, we got fuel in there. Change that. We're going to see if it's going to spark now, aren't we? So where's that? Hang down.
Ready?
Go for it. Still no spark. Let's go borrow a distributor cap. Right, distributor cap off my car.
Make terrific contact with it, does it?
Yeah. Right,
Ready?
let's try again, is it?
Okay.
Yeah. Still not seeing a spark there. So it's not the coil, it's not the, what do you call it? It could still be the points. But I haven't got points on mine to swap out. Are we getting any power out of the coil?
Go on.
Yeah. Well, with the ignition on, that should spark, shouldn't it, if we tap it against an earth? Let me get my, where's the pliers? Find something to earth it against. Right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Just switch it on.
Just turn it on, yeah, so the ignition is set on. I'm not getting any spark off it, so I think the coil might be dead. Because there should be spark off that when we tap it on there.
You can't try the coil in your car, can you?
I could, it's a pain in the arse to take off there, that's the problem. I've got a spare one in the house, but I haven't got a ring. Let's have a look, see if we can get it off, is it? Right, we've nicked the coil off my car, and mine's a new coil, so hopefully that should work. That was on there quite loose, let's try that again on there.
Ready?
Yeah. Still no spark. Try that again. Oh, yeah. Yep, we got spark. Hey! Right, let's knock that off, put this back together.
Right.
Right, that's a better grip on there. Okay, holding that.
Yeah.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Right. We were just getting spark.
You saw it, did you?
Yeah, I saw the spark, it was a good spark.
Yeah.
And we had a puff of smoke back through here. Now, it shouldn't have run out of fuel in there already. Give it a spray of this while we're doing it.
The awful lot of movement. It's broken now.
Well, that could be a... Do we have any of those? We can...
Should have some somewhere, yeah.
Right. Yeah, the key has stopped working. So it must have fluked there. Right then, so the question is we want the blue and the red to be together.
Right.
I think on this one. Because red is coming down, it's connected onto there. Yeah, see, it's just getting the 12 volt from
Which
there
is battery light.
up to
Yeah.
here, and then through the switch and down to the blue on there, and then the green one looks like it's an earth there maybe.
It's solenoid and stuff. It's a solenoid, isn't it?
Is that what it does there?
I think so, yeah.
So we just right then. I've never done this before, so let's try. Will that? So that's operating the pump. Let's try that again. We don't need the fuel pump, but let's see if this will. Right. So that's. That was the green, wasn't it? Was it the green or the blue I did that?
Green, I think. To turn it over.
Let's have a try that again. So green to turn it over.
Yeah.
Blue is what we need to get to the distributor. So I think it's going to be in all three jobs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
We've blown the fuse now.
Didn't know there was one.
We're getting some action now, though. You connected there?
Yeah.
There's bad connections on here somewhere. Ooh, it's tried then, didn't it?
Yeah. Over it, isn't it?
Right. So what we could do, disconnect the battery a sec. Right. We could just put 12 volts to the coil. We don't need a fuel pump. And then what was it was the green to turn it over, isn't it? So is that live? I can't see down there. Yeah.
Well, fuel pump will pick up anyway, won't it?
It's just this one to turn over, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get that on there. So we bypass the blue one, so it should just be the green one we need. Right. So before you hook that up, so
Look it up first.
the blue one is running to the distributor for power to the distributor. So we don't need the blue one if we just put 12 volts straight to the distributor. This is my logic anyway. So that should now be producing spark. And then we can put this on the 12 volt as well to get everything working. So do you want to hook that up? Try again, any more.
Down now.
Yeah, we're not even getting any back pressure out of this now. So the question is it firing with us doing that? We pop a lead out and test our theory of doing this causes a spark. And now we put the battery on charge for a bit.
This one out again, is it?
Yeah. We've got a nice big fat spark on there.
Right,
So that's working. So we're happy with that.
right.
So the spark is good, so all the electricals are working. That's good. I think we're probably just suffering with fuel now.
Right. Put this back in then.
Yeah.
I didn't see a spark, but it was one.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Nice big fat spark.
Good.
Because even though there's fuel on there and it draws it through, it might just not be enough pressure on there because we haven't got a fuel pump in the mix with fuel on it. So I'll tell you what, let's quickly try putting the fuel pump back in the mix. Hoping that'll give us some fuel pressure. Right. Isn't that what we need? Right, you ready?
Yeah.
Go on now. Let's move those before they get caught. Oh, she's trying to catch them. We're getting overspin on that, aren't we? Right, you ready to try again? It's running.
A couple of moments, yeah. Caught for a couple of moments, didn't it?
Try it again. Ready? That's all she wrote. But it ran.
For a moment, yeah. Yeah. Got this coil out now, do you?
No, a sec. I'll check what time it is when we put the battery on charge for an hour and have a coffee, I guess.
Okay.
Right, so we did actually get it running for a few seconds. The battery went flat. We've put that on charge for a little bit, so we can have one more go of running it just before we finish up for the day. Be nice to see it running again, but I'm doubtful whether the battery's got enough charge in it, but we'll give it a go. And then I need to take all the bits back off here, put them back on my Robin, so I can make my way home. Look at all these amazing buses here in the Swansea Bus and Transport Museum. So don't forget, this place is open to the public on Saturdays, and they do car meets on some Sundays. So check out their website and see what's on their calendar. And we are planning a Reliant meetup here in the new year. We're just waiting to arrange some dates with the museum. So if we can get a lot of Reliant owners here, that would be amazing. The Reliance would look awesome in this setting here, and it would be really nice to get a Swansea and or Southwest Wales meet together. So keep an eye out for that. Look at this stuff. There is so much to look at here. If you're local or if you're in the area, definitely get yourselves down to the Bus and Transport Museum. Right, one more go before the end of the day. We've got the fuel in there. We didn't put the top back on, so you'll be aware this might be fuel vapours everywhere. Right, so let's have a look. That's all on. All our leads are back on. We've got the negative connected, and what we were doing was bypassing the ignition switch by putting where's the, we've already got it on there, the 12 volt for the,
Doesn't seem to be running the pump even.
I haven't connected it up yet, so it's running! And that was running alright, that was nice. The engine sounds alright, doesn't it? There's nothing, nothing untoward on there, yeah. So that's it, we have got it running. Fantastic.
Good. Battery.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, patted alright then.
Didn't it? Right, now we're going to strip everything line off this. Right, that's it. We got it running. We did have to pinch a load of parts off my car, so now this doesn't work. So I got to make my own way home. Cheers, guys. Maybe I should put the RSV mill engine in this.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?